So of course this afternoon we also have Jason, the team here from Pits Media. Very, very cool to see them here. We're going to kick the afternoon off with youth saloons, followed by 12 laps of super saloon action. Second lot of youth saloons will be out on track, followed by productions, six shooters, and youth saloons rolling out for their second race of the afternoon as well. And it'll pretty much follow that process all the way through. Of course, we will have the Super Saloon pole shuffle a little bit later on there as well. Some more youth saloon racing. So it's a good chance with not a lot of grades here to give some of these young drivers and these other grades a few more laps. And of course, the 30-lap feature final a wee bit later on. So as mentioned before, great to have Jason, the team from the Pits TV here. So if you are tuned in the comfort of your lounge room chair, a big warm welcome. Of course, very appreciative to the Pits TV at late notice coming out and filming this event. Of course, they did head up north and got a little bit damp up there, so we know what that's all about, and we do feel for those clubs that have had multiple rainouts already this season. Been there, done that. So big warm welcome to Pits TV here at Riverside, and to all of those sitting at home taking in the meeting this afternoon. A big warm welcome. So this is Group A for the Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons. These are the drivers that have had either a season or two under their belts as far as race experience goes. Of course, last meeting we did actually mix these grades, and some of those new drivers actually fared very, very well against these more experienced drivers. Talking to Joshua McIntyre prior to racing today, he was telling me he's picked himself up a brand new sponsor, Extra Mile Tyres, has sorted him out with some new rubber for car 12. It was brilliant grade if you want to get your kids involved in it, folks. These kids aged between 12 and 16 years of age. It's a controlled environment, very, very safe. They've got all the top safety gear on, and just a good bunch of kids that do a pretty good job out here of putting on a show. So yellow flag's still out there under the control of the clerk of the course down there. He's signalling one more lap. So kids out in the crowd there, of course, if you'd like to get into youth saloon racing, you'd like to know more about it, do flick us a message on the Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway Facebook page, and we'll certainly point you in the right direction of who to talk to as far as getting into youth saloon racing goes. So Caden Race, car number 49 on the outside of the front row. Baton Benfeld on the inside. So Caden sets the pace here. He's the man on the outside. Very, very fast second row with McIntyre and Richardson. Maddie Pine, she'll have that little bit of confidence after last weekend. But we're set to go here, folks. Race number 1, Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway, Youth Saloons, Group A. Underway, a nice start by Caden Race, right down the outside here. McIntyre looking over for a way up the inside of Baton Benfeld. Richardson's made a move early to move into second place. So a couple of quick to add Levins leading this one here. McIntyre chasing hard. Then we go back to Benfeld. Good start there by young Caden Cracknell. Almost won his first race last meeting. Of course, a caution came out and he got caught on the very, very last lap. So pretty much robbed him, you might say, of his first ever race win. He's about to slip down the inside of Baton Benfeld, moves up to fourth place. So Caden Race leads this one here. Then we go back to Richardson and McIntyre. Three very, very good young drivers at the top end of town here in Group A of Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons. Cracknell holding fourth. Then we go back to Benfeld. Holly Murdoch taking a bit of an excursion off track there, comes back on. Nice move by Tyson Thomas down the outside of Baton Benfeld. That's going around turns number 3 and 4. Lockie Robertson, Justin behind them. Then we go back to Mia Somerville in car number 29. Isaiah Streeton in the 63 machine. Then Maddie Pine and Holly Murdoch. Trouble there for Maddie Pine, the Branks Home Construction car. Just fallen back a wee bit there. The race leaders just behind those two cars at the tail of this field. So they just need to negotiate a way through. There's no room down there at the moment. This is going to really tighten things up. We've got McIntyre now, who's moved into that second spot. He's trying to find a way right through the middle here. So you've got Richardson on the inside, McIntyre right in the middle of this one here, and Caden Race. McIntyre threads the needle. He backed himself to get through, and he takes over the lead of this one, folks. Joshua McIntyre, nice racecraft from the young bloke in the B-Max sheet metal Corolla to lead this one here. Down the main straight, Richardson and Race still struggling to get past these lap cars. McIntyre took full advantage of that. They've managed to do it now. So Richardson in second, Race in third. Then we go back to Caden Cracknell. Cracknell trying to find a way through here now as well. He's down the inside of Matty Pine. He's got Holly Murdoch just in front of him. But your race leader at the moment, can Richardson chase down McIntyre? McIntyre powers out of turn number 2. Down the back straight here into 3 and 4. Comes around 3 and 4. Caden Race, he's putting up a fight here now as well. Gets a bit of a tank slapper coming out of 4. He's chasing Richardson. Laps really starting to count down here now for the Youth Saloon A grade here this afternoon at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Maddie Pine just sitting on the outside of the track there at the moment. She goes down a couple of laps now. Through comes McIntyre. The white flag is out. One more to run for our race leader, Joshua McIntyre. Out of turn 2, down the back straight. He's got Isaiah Stretton up in front of him, but he's got a decent enough gap to Richardson. He's going to take out race number 1. Well-driven young man. Richardson in second place. Caden Race home in third. Nice driving. Joshua McIntyre backed himself to get past those lap cars and got the job done. So it's McIntyre, car number 12. Picked up a couple of wins last night, as we mentioned before. And he's backed it up here this afternoon at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Takes out race number 1 of the event. Good tidy race, no cautions whatsoever. And of course they are the future of the sport. I think the sport's in pretty good hands with the display that some of these Youth Saloon drivers are putting on here. So that's race 1, one and done by Joshua McIntyre. He'll come on down here, collect the checkered flag. We'll go to a quick break, folks, and we'll be back in just a minute. Hope you're enjoying the action here this afternoon at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway.
Build it, make it, fix it, shift it, tow it, stow it, dig it, lift it, mow it, trim it, grind it, chip it. We hire it. Mix it, pour it, smooth it, finish it, saw it, plane it, nail it, polish it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it. 0800 24/7 rent. We hire it.
Alrighty folks, welcome back to Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Rolling out on track, of course, it is the Super Saloons. It is the Debbie the Webster Super Cup. Looking forward to this one here. Love my Super Saloon racing, and always love when the team from the Debbie the Webster Cup come to town, and today is absolutely no exception whatsoever. Of course, a big thanks to those sponsors that support the series: Debbie the Webster, Elliott Scaffolding, motorsport.co.nz, HPE, and Riverlands Holiday Park. Of course, we can't do what we do here at Riverside and in this series without the support of those sponsors. So, of course, they do call them the supercars of the clay. 800 to 900 odd horsepower, very, very cool machines. This is the Debbie the Webster Super Cup. We were hoping we might have seen another 2 or 3 cars join the field, but we lost a couple of those cars last night, I guess, from Beachland Speedway. It's always the downside of being day number 2 of a series travelling at a couple of different tracks, just like what happened in the modified sprint. So the green flag drops, we go racing, and it's Trevor Elliott. Gets off to an absolute flyer down there between turns 1 and 2. Feeling dusty down there already. Power off down the back straight. Still Elliott fighting with the baby-faced assassin there. Bit of an excursion down there for Terry Soper. He's gone infield. Kane Lawson trying to avoid him, just looking for a place to come back on, which he's managed to do so on the exit of turn number 4. So Ian Burson fighting down the inside there of Trevor Elliott. Of course, some pretty radical changes to car number 21 throughout the off-season there. Team worked away and they've changed that to that 4-bar setup that everyone seems to be going with rather than the torsion. But at the moment it is a torsion car out in front. Trevor Elliott, the Elliott scaffolding car number 27, leads this one here. Your race order currently: Elliott, Ian Burson, Shane McIntyre, Alistair Lister, Kane Lawson, Ray Stewart and Graham Williamson. So of course Williamson just a little bit down on power from these Super Saloons, but of course sometimes that doesn't make a lot of difference. It's all about getting that power to the ground. Sometimes the saloons can certainly put on a show in a field of Super Saloons. So Ian Burson just moving out about mid-track at the moment, just looking for some form of grip there. Trevor Elliott not having that issue out in front, building on a lead. Comes onto the main straight, beautiful sight. These big horse-powered Super Saloons. Heat number 1 for the Deb the Webster Super Cup. Terry Soper parked up down there on the infield. He's out of this one here. Still not a lot in this one here though. There's some good battles further down the pack at the moment. Alistair Lister trying to get up onto the back of Shane McIntyre, car number 26. As we mentioned before, a brand new car for him. Debuted it last night at Beachland Speedway. So he'll still be getting the hang of that car. Two-time New Zealand Super Saloon champion. Elliott still working away at the moment. He's got a handy buffer over Ian Burson. Burson powers off down the back straight. He's got McIntyre chasing him. Kane Lawson, car 6, just behind him we see Racing Ray Stewart. He certainly won't give up until the very last lap of this one here. He'll keep pushing on the back of Kane Lawson. Williamson just starting to drift at the moment. But through comes Elliott, car number 27. Still no change for second place. Ian Burson, Shane McIntyre, Trevor Elliott, Shane McIntyre, Alistair Lister. Good battle there for third place. Nothing between those cars, but a car length between all of them. Laps start the countdown in this one here. Elliott totally in the zone at the moment. That gap back to Burson really not changing at all. Just controlling this race. The white flag will come out for Trevor Elliott from Christchurch. The Elliott Scaffolding sponsored machine. Down into turns 1 and 2. Burson trying to claw something back at the moment. It's all about bagging points, of course. It's where they're going to land in that pole shuffle, and of course that feature race a little bit later on. But Trevor Elliott banks maximum points here in heat number 1 of the Deb the Webster Super Cup. Ian Burson home in second place, followed by Shane McIntyre in the 26 machine, Alistair Lister car 4. Racing Ray Stewart in the 34, Graham Williamson there, car number 21. So well done, Trevor Elliott banks maximum points. He'll go into race 2, of course he'll have a tougher grid position there. Going to work his way through the field to add to that points tally that he's working away on there. Hopefully Terry Soper gets the issues with car number 8 sorted, and we see him back out for heat number 2 of the Deb the Webster Super Cup, coming to you from Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway.
St. Nicholas is a familiar sight around Bluff as she steams out to capture Can-Do Fishing's famous Bluff Kinner. Once caught, the Kinner is brought back to the purpose-built factory in Bluff where it is processed, packed and shipped fresh to you. But that's not all that Can-Do Fishing can do for you. Try some of their green-boned fish or delicious power products and you will soon see why seafood from the Bluff is world famous. So head to your local fish market or supermarket and ask for Can-Do Fishing Kinner, fish or power. Can-Do Fishing, there's nothing we can't do for you.
Alrighty folks, race number 3 in your program, Harvey Tank's U Saloons Group B. So these are the drivers folks that are fresh faces here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Didn't race last season, built the cars up over the off season and good to go. So very, very cool indeed to see this many cars through the off season. So this is the future of the sport. These are the drivers that will go through to your saloon grades, your 6-shooters, your street stocks, your stock cars, a whole lot. So very, very cool to have such an influx of youth drivers joining us here for the 2023-24 season. Car number 79 out there, that is young Zach Kiddo. 42, Ryder Harris. 78 is Dylan Rawcliffe, the D-man. Car number 5, Eli Bartley. Man, he was impressive here last weekend. Got some great placings. Car number 16, Savannah McCaddy, just her second race meeting. Hunter Kyrgyz out there, third generation racer. He is in car number 86. Car number 9 is Lucas McCaddy, another third generation racer. Car number 41, Axon Thompson, and car number 31, Vander Thompson. Now, I must mention car number 41, Axon Thompson, and car number 70, not 79, car number 42, Ryder Harris. They had a massive smack here last weekend on the back straight. Both cars I did not believe would be ready for this weekend. So well done to the crew, the Axon crew and the Harris crew for getting those cars rebuilt throughout the week and looking like brand new again, because they were very, very damaged cars. So big credit to those teams. Kiddo and Harris, big gap back to the rest of the field. In fact, they haven't dropped the green. They're going to reform these cars, I would imagine. Lads at the front there, just a little bit eager to get away. Zach Kiddo on the inside, so Bartley wastes no time whatsoever. Gets on the loud pedal, leads us down into turns number 1 and 2. Kiddo in second place. Then we go back to Kyrgyz and McCaddy battling it out there as well. That's for third and 4th place. Both the Thompson cars going through, Axon Thompson and Vander Thompson. They're side by side down that back straight. Then we go back to Savannah McCaddy and Dylan Rawcliffe. He's at the tail of the field at the moment, so high and wide there at the moment. Car number 41, that's Axon Thompson, using every bit of track here at the moment. Car 31, Vander Thompson trying to find a way past car number 9, which is Lucas McCaddy, but your runaway leader at the moment, the Team Bartley Harcourt's machine of Eli Bartley. He's built himself up a handy lead at the moment. Then we go back to Kiddo. This is starting to really heat up for this battle for the 3rd place here at the moment. The 31 machine of Vander Thompson works his way around the outside of McCaddy. He's now chasing Kyrgyz down the back straight. So Hunter Kyrgyz, he's in car number 86. He's on the low line as they head into turns number 3 and 4. Thompson on the outside. It'll be a drag race on the main straight here. Thompson just gives himself a little bit of room to get that overcut, and he does so. So he slots himself up into 3rd place now. So good driving there by young Vander Thompson in car number 31. Eli Bartley now finding a way through lap traffic. That's Rawcliffe and Savannah McCaddy down there. Manages to thread the needle. McCaddy goes right out, gives the wall a bit of a kiss on the way out of Rawcliffe. Gives the wall a bit of a kiss on the way out of turn number 2. So there'll be a bit of a bruise on the side of the 78 machine as the race leader comes through once more. Eli Bartley. We mentioned him before. We said that he could be a handy young peddler in Group A, but it's all about getting experience, punching laps out. And that's exactly what he's doing here. Race 3 last weekend, unfortunately young Eli was a wee bit eager and he gave Mia Somerville just a bit of a nudge in the last lap, so he had a visit to the principal's office. A wee bit of a relegation, but he still won the best pairs along with Stella Hamilton. He's now chasing McCaddy. McCaddy in car number 9. Race leader sitting down on the pole line, looking for a way through. A nice move, goes directly to the outside. Didn't waste any time whatsoever looking for that gap, but McKenny's managed to hold him out. Of course, sometimes when you're in these grades, it's good to let the leader pass in, just tuck in behind him and learn his lines. You get a little bit quicker, but McKenny not making it easy whatsoever. Car number 9. He didn't want to go a lap down. Eli Bartley, though, with a nice wee move right up the inside there. Has to take a chunk of pole line to get the job done, but manages to get himself back out on track. Dylan Rawcliffe now, he goes to the infield. Car number 78. Zach Kiddo comes through. He's in second place. He's about half a lap down, though. Still being chased by Vander Thompson, car number 31. Kurgazu still there in the 86 machine. Then Axon Thompson, car 41. White flag comes out. One more to go for Eli Bartley in car number 5. Stretches the legs down the back straight. He can almost knock her out of gear and relax home from here. An absolutely stellar performance to pick up his first ever race win here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Well done, young man. Eli Bartley home in first place. Car number 79, Zach Kiddo. He's going to add to his already impressive outings this season so far. He's home in second place. And in third place, a nice drive by Vander Thompson. He comes home in third place, followed by Kurgazu. But well done, Eli Bartley takes this one here out. A massive difference, 11.6 seconds, the gap from first to second place. So Eli Bartley takes out race number 3 of the afternoon here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Make sure, folks, when he collects that checkered flag and does a lap here, that you put your hands together, because that first race win is always the best race win. We'll be back in just a moment, folks. Hope you're enjoying your afternoon here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway.
Venom is injected to the victim by means of bite, sting, or some other sharp body feature, which is what differentiates it from poison that is absorbed, consumed, or inhaled.
Welding jobs over that on that car over the week. He's kept us all up to date on Facebook, which is very, very cool to see Alice's progress on that car. Rose Stanton, car number 98. She'll start from the second row of the grid in this one here. A former youth saloon driver, stepped up into the production saloons, hasn't done a bad job whatsoever. Car number 16, Aaron Reed, bit of a stalwart of the grade. He's in the wee blue Mitsubishi Lancer out there. 32, Blake Murdoch. New car for him this weekend. Well, it's actually his old car, but he crashed the other car last weekend. And rounding up your field is Stephen Brown, car number 18. So green flag drops, we go racing. Kahu Mox on the big tank slapper down there. Of course, that car there usually piloted by Kate Anderson. She's jumped out of the driver's seat, giving it to Kahu. He's in third place at the moment, out in front. The shake and bake machine of Blake Hamilton. Car 72 ticks off the first lap. Hayden Skilling there. The only rear-wheel drive car out there. The two Falcons are out there. So there's 3 rear-wheel drive cars out there, and one of them just struggling to get grip down there at the moment. Car number 18, Stephen Brown. So the yellows will come out. First caution of the day. It's the thing, of course, with the rear-wheel drive cars. Some tracks really suit them, others not so much. And, of course, if there's not a lot of grip on offer, these cars will be an absolute handful here this afternoon. Of course, once again, a big hello to the people that are sitting at home watching this coverage courtesy of Pits TV. Rex Wesley sent me a couple of messages. He's kicking back, and Nelson there with his feet up on his lazy boy and checking out the race action. Good to have you joining us. We restart once more. It's the 72 machine of Blake Hamilton. Leads him down into turns number 1 and 2. Skilling in second place. And we go back to Moxham. Dave McKenzie there looking for a way down the inside of Kahu Moxham. It's an absolute rocket this wee car. Steve Clements actually built that machine and run it a couple of times before selling it. Absolutely rocket. Aaron Reid, car number 16, trying to put some pressure on the inside of Alistair Green. Reid, of course, he actually amazes me in car number 16. We 1600cc Mitsubishi, and he goes out there and he goes toe-to-toe with a lot of these cars. 2.3 litre, 2 litre machines. Absolutely wrings the neck of car 16 and picks up some great results. He's in a battle at the moment with Alistair Green. But out in front, our race leader, Blake Hamilton, car number 72, trying to chase down Stephen Brown in the 18 machine. Of course, that'll put him a lap down. The EB Falcon, car number 18, about to head a lap down. Skilling in second place. Here comes McKenzie with a move down the inside of Kahu Moxham. Moxham a little bit sideways, door handle to door handle, and a nice move by McKenzie. Might have leant on him a little bit there, but move done all the same. Didn't look to unsettle the Speedway New Zealand officials too much. They're obviously happy with him, that move. Looked not bad. Here comes Aaron Reid. He's trying to have a crack at Kahu Moxham as well. Alistair Green's right there. Rose Stanton. Then we go back to Blake Murdoch and the 38 machine of Stephen Hills. Lap starting to count down. It's Blake Hamilton out in front. Car number 72 on the main straight once more. Ticks off another lap. Skilling doing well. Of course, I was mentioning the big rear-wheel drive machines before, and he's holding second place. Dave McKenzie in third. Then Moxham. Green and Reid still side by side. I don't think those two cars have been separated since the green flag dropped. Round turns 3 and 4 we go. Stanton just in behind them. She's having a good run in this one here as well. As we mentioned before, she's moved up from youth saloons into production saloons. She's only done a couple of meetings in the senior grade, and she's looking pretty racy out there at the moment. Car number 98, Blake Murdoch behind her. Then we go back to the 38 machine of Stephen Hills. Stephen Brown having a few issues in car number 18 again. Just a bit of an excursion down to the infield. So, of course, mentioning that battle between Aaron Reid and Alistair Green, they're still side by side. They're down there coming out of turn number 2. Kahu Moxham just up ahead of them. Cannot be separated whatsoever. White flag comes out. The Garage Hound fabrication machine of Blake Hamilton. Handy lead at the moment. He's just coming out of turn number 2 as Skilling goes into turn number 1. So a comfortable lead at the moment. 2 more corners to contest here for Blake Hamilton. He'll be stoked. A lot of work done on that car throughout the week after the big fire that he had in it at the Southland Championship last weekend. Nice drive by Skilling to get home in second place, just ahead of Dave McKenzie in car number 67. And side by side, of course, past the checkered flag, Aaron Reid and Alistair Green. There's going to be some great battles throughout the afternoon with those two. But it's going to be Blake Hamilton who takes it out from Hayden Skilling. He put about 5 seconds on him. Then Dave McKenzie in third place, Alistair Green in fourth, Aaron Reid in fifth, Rose Stanton in sixth place, Stephen Brown in 7th, Stephen Hills in 8th, and Blake Murdoch in 9th place. That is Creativity Plus Production Saloons done and dusted here. Coming up next, 6-shooter action here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Harrison Brown picked himself up second last night at the Canterbury Champs. A great result for Harrison. They drove overnight. I think he said they left Christchurch about 4 o'clock in the morning to get down here to Riverside. So that's commitment, folks. Car number 41, this kid. He's a 2-time New Zealand Formula Ford champion. He's just picked himself up a drive in the Toyota Racing Series. Alex Crosby is the name that's going to be up in lights in years to come. I guarantee you that. Danny Livingston, here's in car number 25, and Samantha Cunningham, car number 96. A new driver on the Mentor program. Of course, she's followed her husband Alex around the speedway scenes for a number of years. It's her time to shine here now. Green flag drops. Mason Whelan wastes no time at all on the creation signs. Car number 8 leads him down into turns number 1. Livingston in second place. Then we go back to, Livingston's going to loop it coming out of turn number 2 there. Hopefully no one collects him on the way through. Manages to get down onto the infield there. So Mason Whelan leads this one here in second place. We've got Cracknell. Then we go back to Brown, Sanford, Graves, Crosby, Livingston, and Cunningham. Here comes the 84 of Josh Livingston, the straight-up builders. Car number 84. He'll have the bit between his teeth now, trying to chase down the field here. But out in front, it is still a Mason Whelan. Pretty sure he's only in about his 3rd season of speedway action. He kicked things off in a modified sprint. Of course, the modified sprint numbers really dwindled over the last couple of years, so he picked himself up a 6-shooter. In fact, I think the story was he bought a trailer. The trailer happened to come with a 6-shooter, so he thought, I might as well drive this thing now that I've got it. Absolutely loves it. Doing a good job too. Car number 66, Dwayne Cracknell in second place. He's starting to close that gap there at the moment. So what do we got? 1.5 seconds the gap. In fact, no, 0.7 of a second the gap first to second at the moment as we put the commentator's mocker on car number 8. Mason Whelan spins down there in turn number 3. Familiar opposition. Green flag drops. Dwayne Cracknell leads him out of turn number 4. The Sam Brown concrete cutting machine of Harrison Brown all over the back of him. 3 wide down there into turn number 1 with Cunningham. Livingston's going to loop it again, or is he? He manages to hold on this time around. Mason Whelan should duck up the inside here. That wee bit of a mistake there from Livingston. Samantha Sanford, she's got the wobbles down there coming out of turn number 4 as well. She's side by side with car number 25, Danny Livingston. Out in front at the moment, these 4 cars. Some talent sprawled across him. We've got Dwayne Cracknell leading this one here. Then we go back to Harrison Brown, Hayden Graves, Alex Crosby. That's your top 4 cars. Then we see Sanford, Livingston, Cunningham. She's doing a good job in this one here, holding Mason Whelan, the early race leader, back in this one after that spin. And then, of course, we go back to Josh Livingston. Harrison Brown tucks in behind Dwayne Cracknell. Cracknell just feathering that throttle. You can tell around turns 1 and 2. Not a lot of grip on offer at the moment for the 6-shooters here. Race number 1 for them this afternoon. Livingston now having a look down the inside of Mason Whelan at the tail of the field. Dwayne Cracknell just feathers it around there once more. Harrison Brown trying to find something out there in that thicker dirt. Don't discount Hayden Graves here as well. He's hungry for a win. Hasn't had one this season in the 6-shooter grade, Hayden Graves. He would dearly love to be up there battling with these front 2 cars. He's not too far off the pace at the moment. Couple of car lengths, make it 1. He's closed that gap. Then we go back to Alex Crosby, Sanford and Livingston. Samantha Cunningham still doing a good job here of holding back these 2 faster cars. This will give her a bit of confidence as well. White flag comes out. 1 more lap to go for Dwayne Cracknell. Harrison Brown attacks once more on the outside. Hayden Graves on the inside. Powers out of turn number 2. 2 or 3 car lengths. Hayden Graves with a big move down the inside of Harrison Brown. Actually cost him a couple of spaces. But down the main straight, it's going to be Dwayne Cracknell who takes this one here out over Harrison Brown in the 57 machine. Graves managed to hold on for that 3rd spot ahead of Alex Crosby. And Samantha Cunningham got the job done. Finishes ahead of both Livingston and Whelan. So well done, young lady. That'll give her a bit of confidence. So Dwayne Cracknell takes this one here out. 0.375 of a second. Hayden Graves in 3rd place. Alex Crosby in 4th. Sam Sanford in 5th place. Daniel Livingston in 6th. Sam Cunningham in 7th. Mason Whelan in 8th. And rounding up your field of 6-shooters, Josh Livingston. That race brought to you by Crackers Contracting. Of course, we can't do what we do here at Riverside without our loyal sponsors. So we'd like to thank the IoT Foundation, Aotea Gaming Trust, Community Trust of South, and of course the Lotteries Commission. Invercargill Oil Shop, Fast Lane Spares, Hacienda Motel, Branks Home Construction, 46 Tint and Custom Limited, Preston Street Auto Wreckers, Invercargill Tractor Servicing and Repairs, K&B Automotive, Kiwi Skips, and of course the team from Pits Media. We'll take a quick break, folks, and we'll be back in just a moment. Pretty sure the youth saloons may be lined up for their second race of the afternoon. We'll see Group A of them on track next.
What you think you do with your four-wheel drive. What you actually do with your four-wheel drive.
No matter what you do with your four-wheel drive, we've got the right tyre for you. So come on down to Mag & Turbo.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premise has had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
Alrighty, race fans, round number 2 of racing here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Hope you're enjoying your afternoon's action, whether or not you're here trackside, which we love having you trackside, or of course whether you are at home in the comfort of the old lounge room chair, having a quiet refreshment and enjoying some Sunday afternoon speedway. Nothing like it. Harvey Tanks, Youth Saloons, Group A, out on track. Car number 6, Matty Pine. Car number 12, Joshua McIntyre, Heat 1 winner. Tyson Thomas's car 22, 29, Mia Somerville. Bate Benfell in car number 38, 49, Caden Paul Race. 53, Joshua Richardson. 63, Isaiah Stretton. 66, Caden Cracknell. Holly Murdoch in car number 96. And rounding up your field, car number 97, Lockie Robinson. Caden Cracknell starting from row 2, car number 66. He'll be hoping to get a good start here, but he's got Stretton and the 22 of Tyson Thomas just in front of him. He'll have some work to do. Green flag drops, a nice start there by Tyson Thomas. He'll lead them down to turns number 1 and 2. Cracknell just tucks in behind him. Look at this, 4 wide around 1 and 2. Holly Murdoch goes around. That's McIntyre trying to find a way down the outside of Benfeld. He's doing what he did in race number 1 when he battled with the rest of the pack. Trying to gap those cars early to build himself a gap. So we've gone yellow. That's due to young Holly Murdoch's spin there in
a full grid restart.
lap 1. So the word through. Full grid restart.
By all drivers.
So we'll lap 1, turn 1. So just taking a wee look on the replay here. I've got the screen up here. Oh, there was a bit of a... Holly Murdoch was all crossed up. She was already going around. And Joshua Richardson had nowhere to go whatsoever, apart from into the side of Holly Murdoch. So there was a little bit of contact there, but it's a racing incident. Looks like Holly Murdoch, has she gone in field? She has gone in field. So maybe some damage to car number 96. It was... So just watching here, they come into turns 1 and 2. A lot of cars out wide in this one here. As I mentioned, there were 3 or 4 cars wide. Not a lot on offer. Holly Murdoch, she'll come into screen there. So she actually gave Caden Race a bit of a nudge as she come down to turn number one, which fired her down to the pole line, and it was actually quite a solid hit by Richardson. Sent that car bouncing in the air there for just a wee moment. So a little bit more to the story than what we first thought with the old naked eye. Love it when the Pits TV are here and I get a TV screen, get to see all that fun stuff that you don't usually see. Green flag. Restart here. So Lockie Robinson, I was going to say a nice move down there, but he was right into the side of Caden Cracknell. Almost spun him, but Cracknell's managed to duck down the inside of the 22 machine of Tyson Thomas. Here comes Caden Race, right down the inside of both Stretton and Lockie Robinson. So he's made a good start. Not such good start this time around for the BMAX sheet metal machine, though, of McIntyre. He managed to gap a couple of cars early in the original restart, but he's been caught in behind some traffic in this one here. So down the back straight, Caden Cracknell leads this one. In behind Cracknell we see Caden Race, the Deborah's Nothing But Dirt sponsored car number 49. This kid was crowned the Youth Competitor of the Year at the Speedway New Zealand Awards back in June. Good young kid. He's chasing Cracknell at the moment. Here comes Richardson and McIntyre. They've both worked their way down the inside of Tyson Thomas. Then we go back to Stretton, Lockie Robinson, Baton Benfeld, Mia Somerville and Maddie Pine. So car length and a half, maybe 2 car lengths between the leaders at the moment. Those Toyota Levins of Caden Race and Josh Richardson, absolute rockets. 3 race wins last night for Caden Race at Beachland Speedway, and here he is trying to chase down Caden Cracknell. Cracknell there, you can see the wheel work going around turns 1 and 2. He is facing one direction, flicked it round another. Very, very determined young driver as Cracknell. Really loved to grab himself his first checkered flag. He went oh so close last weekend here at Riverside. A late caution cost him the race win. He's got Caden Race behind him at the moment. He's holding still holding just over a car length lead on Caden Race. Race seems to just close the gap up there, moves to the outside, tries to... Oh, we've got a yellow, we've got an issue over there in turn 2. There's something off a car laying on the ground, so Isaiah Stretton, it may well be his right front wheel by the looks of that. So car number 63. Looks like he's lost a wheel down there in turn number 2. More action out there. In fact, there it is up on the TV screen. See, there we go. I need a screen in here all the time and a wee camera so I can see what's going on. The outside's getting pretty bad in the old age. So Isaiah Stretton there. That wheel decided to do the old Kenny Rogers. Fine time to leave him. He wants bragging rights at the Cracknell dinner table tonight. Of course, his old man, Dwayne Cracknell, picked himself up a win in the 6 shooters just a moment ago. We go green. Caden Race has a look to the outside. Cracknell move him out slightly, make him have to work for that position. Here comes McIntyre. This may play into the hands of Cracknell as well if McIntyre and Richardson can put some pressure on Caden Race. Down through turns number 3 and 4. Caden Race just puts the car about mid-track. He's holding a nice line. He's making Caden Race have to choose whether he's going to back himself to duck underneath or whether or not he's got enough grunt to get around the outside. And at the moment, Cracknell is starting to pull away from Caden Race. No mean feat whatsoever. He got the start right. Last week there was an issue with gear selection, or there was a gearbox issue at the restart of the race, and he fell back in the pack. But no mistake here today whatsoever. Looks good coming out of 2. Lap starting to tick down now. 0.5 of a second. The gap between first and second. Wee bit of a wobble around 3 and 4. Just needs to hold on to it. The forehead will be sweating. The hands will be sweaty. The white flag comes out. 1 more lap to go. Caden Race, can he hold on? McIntyre trying to put pressure on Caden Race. Caden Cracknell out in front. Can Caden Cracknell hold on? 1 more corner to go for car 66. He's got the wobbles, but he comes down and collects his first ever race win here at Riverside Speedway. Well done The 49 of Caden Race in second place. McIntyre home in third. And I'll tell you what, there'll be an absolute sigh of relief in the Cracknell Motorsport camp as young Caden banks his first ever race win. Cracknell takes it out 0.6 of a second over Caden Race. Joshua McIntyre in third, Joshua Richardson in fourth, Mia Somerville in fifth, well done. Lockie Robinson in sixth place, Bateman Benfowl in seven, Matty Pine in eighth. Isaiah Stretton, of course, ended up down on the infield there with that wheel falling off. Fastest man on track, Josh McIntyre, but well done. Caden. Cracknell takes out race number 2 of the Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons Division A, we'll call them.
Nah, fuck that. Yeah. Get it. Oh my. Baby, let it spark. Yeah. Whoa. Oh my. Yeah. Nah, fuck that. Yeah. Get it. Oh my. Baby, don't play around with the sport. We throw it down and we hold it up. Don't make a sound, I'll be pulling up and we pulling off so lit. See us on tour, we rage on stage. Whole club go back. We lit. Tupac, man.
Alrighty, folks, heat number 2 of the afternoon, the Debbie the Webster Super Cup. Good to see Terry Saper roll out on track in car number 8. Of course, before these lands get underway, we'll thank the sponsors, of course, Debbie the Webster for Mike Pero, Elliott Scaffolding, Riverlands Holiday Park, HPE, High Performance Engines, and motorsport.co.nz. Go and check out that website. Very, very cool machines on there. Some classic cars, race cars, a whole lot. Motorsport.co.nz. Beautiful sound, beautiful sight. These big V8 methanol monsters set to do battle here. Race number 2 of the Debbie the Webster Super Cup here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Nice start there by Alistair Lister. McIntyre pulls up side by side alongside Ray Stewart. Stewart shuts the door though. Look at Elliott trying to find a way through. He's got that bit of confidence out of race 1. He's enjoying the conditions out there. Oh, McIntyre's looped it down there in turn number 3. So car number 26 spins down there. Of course, will he get going? It looks like he's attempting to. So the yellows have come out for McIntyre. So we've gone green. Another good start by Lister. Should get the overlap down here into turn 1. He does so. McIntyre, just like in the first one, he was side by side with Racing Ray Stewart. So Lister still leads. Comfortably down there through turns 3 and 4. 1 lap done here. Heat number 2. Debbie the Webster Super Cup. It's the Hypermac of Alistair Lister leading this one. Then we go back to Racing Ray Stewart, Shane McIntyre, Kane Lawson in car number 6. So 3 Hypermacs, 1, 2, 3. Then we go back to the Cowling Motorsport machine of Kane Lawson in car number 6. Riverland sponsored machine, also Mag and Turbo backing on car 6. Behind him we see Trevor Elliott, Terry Soper, Ian Burson from Nelson. He's had multiple little numbers on his car. He's had NZ2, NZ3, all those sorts of things. Never had the NZ1. He would dearly love to. Then we go back to Power and Graham Williamson battling away. Nice wee battle at the tail of the field. Graham Williamson backing himself out wide. Tries to tuck the nose down the inside there. Of course, he knows this Riverside Speedway track like the back of his hand. A nice move down the inside there by Williamson. As we mentioned before, he is running a saloon here this afternoon, so he's a little bit underpowered. He hasn't got the little knobs and bells and whistles there to tweak while he's racing, so he's doing not a bad job out there whatsoever. The gap this time around between Lister and Ray Stewart as they come down the main straight here at Riverside Speedway. We'll check what that gap is. There's absolutely nothing between them. 0.371. Nothing between them. They're starting to pull away from Shane McIntyre and Kane Lawson. Lawson's starting to look racy in this one here, getting the setup for that car right. Of course, he's only done a couple of meetings in this machine. He's picked up some race wins already. CB2 chassis. Behind him, Trevor Elliott. He was the winner of heat number 1. So Ray Stewart's been faster lap in and lap out. Not by a lot, but he is the faster car. He's starting to put a wee bit of pressure on Lister. Can Lister withstand this? And of course, Ray Stewart needs to just make that move happen, because Shane McIntyre, he's about to tap him on the shoulder and have a crack through here as well. So Ray Stewart tucks in behind Lister, chases him all the way down the main straight, just ducks in behind him. So we got one of these torsion cars leading this one here, car number 4. Then of course you got the 4-bar machine of Ray Stewart trying to find a way through. McIntyre, Lawson right there, then Elliott and Soper, they're in a battle on their own. Then we go back to Ian Burson, struggling out there at the moment for any sort of grip. He'll be happy just to bag some points in this one here. Williamson behind him. Then we go back to Power. So Stewart, he's right on Lister. He just can't back himself. There's nowhere for him to step out and make that move. Terry Soper, though, he's sick of sitting in behind Trevor Elliott. He's decided, I'm going to be the pioneer of this race. I'm going to give it a crack out wide, see if there's anything on offer. And he's actually lost ground there, unfortunately, to Elliott. But he's coming back. He looks pretty good down there between 3 and 4. Beautiful sight. White flag comes out. 4 Super Saloons powering out of turn number 4. Looks fantastic. So Lister down the back straight. Can he hold on? 2 more corners to go. Field really starting to condense up here. Will Ray Stewart have one last look? No, he doesn't. Alistair Lister will take this one here out. Ray Stewart, car number 34 in second place. Then we go back to McIntyre, who after that early spin managed to get himself into third place. Kane Lawson in fourth, ahead of Trevor Elliott. Then Terry Soper in sixth place. Fifth place, sorry. Then we go back to Ian Burson, Paul Power and Graham Williamson. Fastest man on track, Alistair Lister in 18.229. Certainly not lap record speed, but testing conditions out there this afternoon for the Super Saloons. That's race 2 of the Deb the Webster Super Cup, done and dusted here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets, and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing.
Looks like they're ready for a race start. Clerk of the course, Warren Smith heads down to the infield.
Lights are out here, guys. Lights are out. Lights are out. Keep that nice close pace there. 86, get up. 16, you need to slow down, please.
A wee bit of trouble.
We're not going green. No green. No green. I'm unhappy with that group position, so can you please get in proper group position? 86 is the pace setter. 16, you need to be beside him.
So Speedway New Zealand, they're not happy with the way the cars have gridded up, rightly so, some big gaps there. Of course, those two front cars, they just need to control the pace, get a little bit overexcited, just need to pull it back. The rest of those cars, of course, it's also their responsibility to get up and behind those cars. So all a learning curve. Of course, we've seen young Ryder Harris in race number 1, he was a little bit overexcited, he wanted to go racing while everyone else wasn't quite ready. Still a big gap between that front row and the second row, so just need to close that up, start to close up a wee bit now. Green flag awaits. Should get a start this time around, we do. So Kyrgyzstan off to an absolute flyer down the outside of the main straight there. Savannah McCaddy holding second place. Then we go back to car number 31. Vander Thompson behind the wheel of that machine. A solid third place in race number 1 for car 41, Axton Thompson. He was an absolute gun in that one. But car number 42, Ryder Harris, he's made a good start in this. He's up to 4th place, being chased by Kiddo in car number 79. Then we go back to Thompson, Eli Bartley, Lucas McCaddy, and Dylan Rawcliffe. So building a lead at the moment. Car number 86, Hunter Kyrgyzstan, sponsored of course by Preston Street Auto Wreckers. It's the main straight. He's being chased hard by car 31, Vander Thompson. Kiddo still holding third. He's coming under pressure from Ryder Harris. McCaddy in 5th place. Car 41 out high and wide. That there is Axton Thompson. Let's Eli Bartley and McCaddy sneak down the inside. Then we go back to Rawcliffe at the tail of the field. So Kyrgyzstan got off to a flyer, but that lead really starting to evaporate here. Comes down to turns 3 and 4. There's 3 cars battling for the lead of this one. Kiddo thought about having a look down the inside of Thompson. Thinks about it again down there in turns number 3 and 4. Ryder Harris, he's only a couple of car lengths away from the leaders in this one here as well. So it's going to be a good battle here as this race starts to unfold. The Harvey Tanks Youth Saloon Group B. It's good, tidy driving at the moment. They're all giving each other that little bit of room. A nice move down the inside by Kiddo. He gets the job done. He's up to 2nd place at the moment and chasing the race leader, which is Hunter Kyrgyzstan. Thompson starting to come back again now at Kiddo. Kiddo powers out of turn number 4. Ryder Harris trying to have a look down the outside of Thompson. Here comes Kiddo. Half a car length, he's shortened that, almost a drag race down past the Community Trust of Southland sign there on the back straight. They go into turn number 3. Kyrgyzstan sits down nice and low. He's making Kiddo have to work for this one here. Kiddo's going to have to make a move on the outside of Kyrgyzstan to get this done. Dylan Rawcliffe, car number 78, just up ahead of the leaders. Kiddo having another look on the outside, just hasn't quite got the grunt to get it done there. Eli Bartley, he's come from the back of the pack. He's up to 4th place. He's managed to get past Ryder Harris. Will a lap car come into play here? Kyrgyzstan's been caught behind Rawcliffe. Kiddo having a look on the outside. Can Kyrgyzstan back himself to make a move here? Of course, all these drivers, not a lot of them have done a lot of passing, to be fair. Kiddo backs himself. He's high and wide. He's going out towards the wall there. Lost a lot of ground. Eli Bartley up to 3rd. He's going to make a move on the outside of Kiddo. So Kyrgyzstan now out in front, and he's got a lap car between himself, Bartley and Kiddo. He's got breathing room. The laps are running out. Rawcliffe pulls up a little bit down there. He's coming under pressure from a lot of these cars. White flag is out. One more lap to go. If Hunter Kyrgyzstan can bag a win here, I'd imagine his dad, he'll be pretty stoked with that. Chris Kyrgyzstan might be a shout on the bar tonight if young Hunter can get home, but Eli Bartley's having a last crack. They're on the main straight here, and it's going to be Hunter Kyrgyzstan who takes it out. Eli Bartley settles for 2nd. ahead of Kiddo. Some great driving in this one here. Thompson next in the queue, then Harris. Some good driving. They were all respectful of each other, gave each other plenty of room. And another new race winner here this afternoon at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway in the form of Hunter Kurgazu. The Preston Street Auto Wreckers Honda Civic brings it home, 0.196, nothing between them there at all. Eli Bartley, fastest man on track, come home in second place. Zach Kiddo in third, Vander Thompson in fourth place, Ryder Harris in fifth, Lucas McCaddy sixth, Axton Thompson in seventh, Dylan Rawcliffe in eighth place.
Fucking stupid.
Hayden Skilling, second place in race number 1 from Beachland Speedway in Dunedin. Car number 18, Stephen Brown, had his hands full in race number 1. Bit of a lack of traction out there for the rear-wheel drive machines. Of course, last weekend, Southland Production Saloon Championship, Tony Jones took that there out. So Tony not on board with us here today, but congratulations to him. The first Southland title of the season up for grabs, and he picked that there up. Stephen Clements not too far away from rolling his production saloon out on track as well, so I understand. So should be a few more production saloons on track as the season rolls on. We go green, Alistair Green. He's pretty keen at the moment. He looked like he was picking up some speed on the outside there, trying to have a crack at Dave McKenzie. Should get a good run out of 2 here, that Nissan Primera, but can't quite make it stick. Dave McKenzie in second place. Rose Stanton, car number 98, sponsored by Daggy in Dunedin. Oh, Alistair Green. Oh, this could be untidy. He did some welding throughout the week. I thought he wanted to do some more the way he was parked up down there in turn number 3 and 4, but managed to get going once more. Of course, Alistair, he was a member of the crash crew here for a number of years. Decided to grab himself a car and go racing. Not doing a bad job either. So Rose Stanton out in front. Down the main straight comes Stanton, being chased by Dave McKenzie. Pressure off him at the moment as well, because Alistair Green's not tapping on the back door there. Aaron Reid currently holding third place. And we go back to Moxham, the 38 machine of Stephen Hills, Blake Murdoch, Blake Hamilton, Alistair Green, Hayden Skilling, and the 18 machine of Stephen Brown. So Rose Stanton, another one of these drivers, never won a race while she was in youth saloons. Good young driver in youth saloon. She finds herself here leading this race. Senior grades, production saloons. We've seen some new race winners here this afternoon, and Stanton doing a great job at the moment. Dave McKenzie still chasing hard. He's in car number 67, the little black Peugeot, coming out of turn number 2. Then Aaron Reid, he's certainly not, there's issues there for Blake Murdoch. They haven't called yellow yet, they have now, as Murdoch parks up down there on the main straight. Seemed to be bouncing a wee bit there just when I caught him slowing up, so I'm not sure whether he's come out of turn number 4 and given the wall a bit of a glance or what's going on. There's Mother Carina coming down to assess the damage there. Minus Blake Murdoch, parked up down there on the infield. A couple of front ends for young Blake to fix over the next few weeks. As we go green, Who's going to attack? Or can Rose Stanton build that lead up once more? She's managed to pull away a couple of car lengths at the moment. Powers out of turn number 2. She's got the head down, doing the business at the moment. Kahu Moxham tries to get down the outside of Aaron Reid. Blake Hamilton trying to work his way back into this as well. He's currently up in 5th place. He was the race 1 winner. Alistair Green coming through as well. He's on the outside of the 38, Stephen Hills. But Rose Stanton really starting to stretch the legs here in race number 2 for Creativity Plus Production Saloon. She's holding a nice line, just sitting down nice and low. Her mother Alison, she's getting a bit excited down here in front of us. The arms are waving, she's screaming and yelling. Sometimes I think the parents get a little bit more excited than the actual races themselves. So Stanton, Mackenzie, Aaron Reid doing a good job once more. Nice move by Blake Hamilton. Bit of a flame out the back of the 72 machine. He might have carried a little bit too much pace through there. Can't quite pull it up. So Kahu Moxham comes back at him. Needs to get the overlap on the main straight, which he does. Alistair Green there as well. He tries to tuck in behind car number 8, which is Kahu Moxham. Then we go back to the rear-wheel drive machines. Hayden Skilling and the 38 of Stephen Hills. So Rose Stanton, she's got a lap car up in front of her in the form of Stephen Brown. This is where the test will be for Stanton. Can she clear Brown? That's if she gets up to him. The laps are counting down. The white flag is being prepared, so she may not have to deal with him. She'll be hoping not. Blake Hamilton still holding 4th place, starting to put pressure on both Mackenzie and Reid. The white flag is out. One more lap to go for Rose Stanton. Can she do it? Can she get it done? Usually her grandmother, Daggy, she's usually sitting up there in Dunedin or Mosgiel watching her racing thanks to Pits TV. She'll be sitting at home. She'll be jumping up and down. She'll be off the couch. Oh, there's a car gone round in front of her. Stanton manages to duck down the inside. She's going to take a race win. She's going to get there. Well done, Rose. Manages to get home. I bet those eyeballs opened up pretty wide. The 67 of Dave Mackenzie in 2nd place. And then we see the 16 of Aaron Reid sneak home in 3rd. But car number 18, Stephen Brown, loops it right in front of the race leader. Stanton takes it out from Mackenzie. Aaron Reid in 3rd place. Blake Hamilton in 4th. Hayden Skilling in 5th, Alistair Green in 6th after that early spin, Stephen Hills in 7th, Blake Murdoch of course down on the infield there, and the spinner at the end, Stephen Brown. But Rose Stanton takes out the 2nd race for the Creativity Plus Production Saloons here this afternoon at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway.
So don't worry, you will be counted as finished.
Have just been informed that the feature for the Super Saloons is going to be cut to 15 laps. So track conditions not ideal for the Super Saloons. So 15 lap feature final for the Debbie the Webster Super Cup. Not ideal at all. But hey, still be a great race. Green flag about to drop here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Graves on the inside, Harrison Brown on the outside. Brown gets the overlap down into 1 and 2, manages to sneak on through. Alex Crosby, he's side by side with Danny Livingston down the back straight. Then we go back to Josh Livingston. Samantha Sanford on the inside with Mason Whelan. They had a great battle at Central Motor Speedway last night. In fact, Mason told me some of the names that Samantha called him at the end of their third race here last night. I won't repeat those, but she's pretty keen to beat him out here today, and she's managed to put a car between herself and Mason Whelan, which at the moment is Josh Livingston. Dwayne Cracknell tucks in behind Whelan. Then we go back to Samantha Cunningham there, car number 96. Very, very dusty out there at the moment. Couldn't even see those cars coming out of turn number 4. Harrison Brown powers off down the back straight. Hayden Graves, just like he did in race number 1. This kid will not give up. Very, very good young motorsport driver. Does a bit of rally car driving with his father, Andrew. He's sponsored by Flooring Extra and Gore. He's in second at the moment. He's chasing Harrison Brown. Alex Crosby still holding on to third place. Then we go back to Danny Livingston, car 25. Currently holding fourth place, relatively new driver to the grade. Then we go back to Sanford, Whelan, Dwayne Cracknell, Danny Livingston, Samantha Cunningham. Good battle down the tail of the field there. Cracknell slips up the inside there of Mason Whelan. Whelan high and wide, trying to find a way to get past Cracknell. Samantha Sanford very, very sideways down there between 3 and 4. Opens the door for Dwayne Cracknell. A nice move by Cracknell. He moves through. He's up to 5th place now in race number 2 for the 6 shooters. Harrison Brown, as we mentioned before, 2nd place in the Canterbury 6-shooter championship last night at Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch. A great result for the young bloke. Another young driver that's worked himself through the grades here. He started off, he's been a Southland Youth Saloon champion, dominated that grade for a couple of seasons, worked his way up into the 6-shooter grade, wanted to go stock car racing. Of course, his father Clark managed to talk him out of that there and put him into a 6-shooter. I think he'd go great in a stock car. Hayden Graves still giving chase. He's in 2nd place. Alex Crosby, a big improver every time he rolls out on track here. He's currently holding 3rd. Then we go back to Livingston, Cracknell. He's been the big mover in this one here. Fastest lap of the race for Cracknell, an 18.566. We're just mentioning he's the biggest mover. Started from the tail of the field. He now finds himself down in 5th place, about mid-pack. Then Sanford and Whelan have that great battle down there between turns 3 and 4. Sanford a little bit sideways coming out, but she certainly didn't let Whelan get a nose up the inside. The white flag comes out on the last straight this time around for car number 57. Harrison Brown, he takes out race 2 for 6 shooters here. Nice drive by Hayden Graves to come home in 2nd place, ahead of the 41 of Alex Crosby. One here, green flag, ready to drop. Harvey Tank's Youth Saloons Group A. We go racing. Richardson high and wide. He left the door wide open though for McIntyre to sneak through, so a nice move by McIntyre. Well, Caden Cracknell gone from hero to zero down there. Of course, he picked up the win last time out. He slid down into the wall, but managed to get going just ahead of his old sparring partner there, Caden Race. Holly Murdoch, she's got a dose of the whoopsies down there again. She's going to get back on track though, just needs to find herself a little gap to go into, which she does so. So all a wee bit untidy. Lap 1, Harvey Tank's Youth Saloons, but out in front. Joshua McIntyre, car number 12. VMAX sheet metal Corolla. There's all sorts of trouble down here in turn number 2. I was watching the leaders there, but we've got Caden Race in the 49 machine, Holly Murdoch in the 96 machine, and that may well be Tyson Thomas, I think, car number 22. All tangled up down there in turn 2. So the infield scrutineer just checking the damage. Looks like young Steve Dryden in the infield scrutineer this afternoon, celebrating 50 years of racing as Steve. So just having a look at the replays here, thanks to the Pits Media team, Caden Cracknell. That was his little excursion out to the wall. Caden Race went with him. Certainly plenty of action, plenty unfolding out there. Young Holly Murdoch, wee bit of a spin down there in turn number 3 and 4. Did well, get back on track. Tyson Thomas has been told he's allowed back out there. So green flag ready to drop. Restart here in the Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons. McIntyre leads. Look at Richardson. Tries to jump out wide. Get down the outside of Matty Pine early in this one here. He wants to challenge the race leader, Joshua McIntyre. Currently tidy through turns 1 and 2. There's been plenty of action in this one here. Caden Cracknell with a nice move down the outside of car 29, Mia Somerville. She'll come back though. She won't give those positions away lightly. But a nice start for McIntyre. The XMT Tyres sponsored machine. 3 or 4 car lengths at the moment over car number 53, sponsored by Wallistown Motors. That's Joshua Richardson, Matty Pine. Bit of an excursion down to the infield there, not quite sure what happened, but she's given away a ton of spots. She'll pull back in at the tail of this field behind Baton Benfeld. So that's now put Cracknell up to 3rd place, but there is distance between 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Tyson Thomas side by side with Caden Race and Lockie Robinson. Robinson just a little bit wide there, as was Thomas. Mia Somerville and Caden Race, they both took advantage of that. Matty Pine just struggled coming out of turn 2 again, so I just wonder if there's something mechanical on her car that she's struggling with at the moment. Oh, Richardson there, he fired into turn number 2 pretty hot. See Jeff shaking the head there, he wasn't too happy with that move there by the young fella. But out in front, yeah, Matty Pine, she's got all sorts of trouble on car number 6 down the main straight here. You can see her really fighting with that car. She's about to go a lap down as McIntyre moves to the outside. Richardson still giving chase, car 53. Caden Race has done well. He's managed to clear that pack. Caden Cracknell to the infield. Car 66, issues for him. Certainly been plenty of action in this one here. Through comes McIntyre once more. He's on a casual Sunday afternoon stroll here at the moment. He's got just over 2 seconds, the gap to Richardson, who's holding 2nd place at the moment. Then we see Race, Lockie Robinson. Mia Somerville, she's putting all sorts of pressure on Robinson at the moment. She's looking pretty racy. Thought about having a wee look up the inside there, but Robinson shut the door. Matty Pine just circulating there at the moment. Baton Benfeld sneaks past her at Tyson Thomas. He'll be next in the queue. Then we'll see the race leader, car number 12, Joshua McIntyre. Down into turns number 3 and 4. He'll go to the outside of Matty Pine. Comes onto the main straight. Laps starting to count down for young McIntyre. Richardson, he tucks in behind that lap car. Tyson Thomas, he's had enough, goes to the infield. A lot of damage on car 22. Down the back straight. Caden Race still giving chase on Richardson. White flag comes out. He's picked up 1 race win here this afternoon, has McIntyre. Stretches off down the back straight. 1 more corner to go for McIntyre. Picked up 2 wins at Central Motor Speedway last night. He's going to pick up 2 wins here this afternoon at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. The 53 of Richardson in 2nd place. Then the 49 of Caden Race home in 3rd. That's your top 3 here in the Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons Group A this afternoon at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. So McIntyre by about 4 seconds over Joshua Richardson. Caden Race, Mia Somerville up to 4th. Well-driven race by Somerville. Then Lockie Robinson in 5th. Baton Benfeld 6th. Tyson Thomas, of course, went down to the infield there, as did Cracknell and Murdoch. And Matty Pine, she was awarded 8th place. Just going around there with those mechanical dramas. We'll go to a quick break, folks. Go and grab yourself something to eat, something to drink here. Hope you're enjoying the action at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway.
Full of blood, I got my life full of mud. I got like 2 O's of bud. I got a trunk full of studs.
Alrighty, race fans. Just caught a bit of cheek in my headphones here from the Pits TV team. Caught short as it's the Deb the Webster Super Cup pole shuffle. Terry Soper out on track. Graham Williamson on his outside. Of course, as we said earlier on, Graham rolled the saloon out today. A mechanical issue there with car 21 Super Saloon when he rolled it out, so rather than let the team down, jumped in the saloon and hadn't done a bad job there either, to be fair. So of course the pole shuffle, pretty much a way of working yourself up the grid. Of course that 15-lap feature final happening a couple of races time. Soper on the inside, Graham Williamson on the outside. Green flag awaits. They'll do a couple of quick laps, first past the checkered flag. Stays out on track. They get to fight another day against the next highest scoring point scorer or driver, you might say, from the heats. Graham Williamson, a nice move there around the outside of Terry Soper. Can he cover now? You've got to realise here, folks, Graham Williamson, wee bit down on horsepower here in car number 21, but certainly playing to his favour here at the moment. He hasn't got all the knobs and dials to tweak and twist to help set that car up. So Graham doing a pretty good job here at the moment to hold Terry Soper behind him. He's one of your locals, folks. He's doing a good job out here. Graham Williamson, motorsportsales.co.nz sponsored machine, and he's going to advance, or is he? There side by side he is. Williamson.
8D, you're off. 8D, you're off.
He advances. And the Deb the Webster pole shuffle. Kane Lawson rolls out on track. It's Graham Williamson versus Kane Lawson. CB2 chassis. Sponsored by Mag & Turbo Riverlands out of Woodford Glen Speedway in Christchurch. Well, a little bit of contact down there of turn 4 before the race has even started. Graham just giving Kane a bit of a nudge, just saying, hey, did you see what I did to Terry? Same thing's going to happen here, fella. Probably didn't say that, but all adds to the drama. It's Kane Lawson on the inside. Graham Williamson on the outside. Couple of laps in this one here. Who will advance? Will it be Kane Lawson? Will it be Graham Williamson? Green flag awaits. It drops. Lawson gets the power down, comes across the front of Graham Williamson's car there, just holds him in there. That's the key with the way this track surface is played out today, is pretty much get him covered and then manage it from there. Williamson, though, he's not afraid to attack on the outside. If anyone knows this track, it is Graham Williamson, but you can tell out there at the moment it's a little bit of a horsepower race, and Kane Lawson, I was going to call him Kane Williamson, Kane Lawson has the upper hand here at the moment. The Mag & Turbo machine out of Christchurch. Kane Lawson around 3 and 4 onto the main straight. Kane Lawson will advance.
They come off. Alright, set up, guys. We've got on, lights out, let's set up, 21, pick your lane.
So next up on track, the baby-faced assassin. It is Ian Burson out of Nelson Speedway. As we mentioned earlier on today, radical changes to that car throughout the off-season. So it's Burson and Lawson, Hypermac and CB2. Burson with the advantage here at the moment, powers off down the back straight. Kane Lawson tucks in behind him, but Burson's got that favoured position. Lawson's going to have to work hard to try and make a move on the outside. Not a lot on offer out there. Lawson searching for all sorts of grip around 1 and 2, but he's just falling further away from Ian Burson. Checkered flag will come out. Burson will advance on to the next round of the Debbie the Webster Super Cup pole shuffle.
6 off.
So rolling out next, we will see racing. Ray Stewart, the young bloke out of Central Motor Speedway in Cromwell. Absolute legend of the Super Saloon grade. So the green flag has dropped. I don't think either driver saw it, but Ian Burson, the baby-faced assassin, he manages to get out of the blocks fastest there. So this could advance him up a couple of spots from where he finished in the points if he can keep Racing Ray in behind him. Ray Stewart sits down nice and low. Burson covering at the moment. White flag is out. One more lap to go for Ian Burson. Very, very bouncy coming out of turn number 2. Ray Stewart, I think he's happy at the moment just to tuck in behind him, take his position on the grid. But Ian Burson, he will advance another spot in the Debbie the Webster Super Cup pole shuffle. So next up, we're going to see Shane McIntyre out of Eastern States Speedway in Blenheim. Couple of good placings this afternoon so far for Shane McIntyre. I think it's a two-time New Zealand Super Saloon champion. He got on the gas here nice and early, did McIntyre. As we've mentioned all day, brand new car for him. He's starting to get used to what this car has to offer. Of course, a lot of changes on the Hypermax throughout the off-season, all changing to that 4-bar setup. All these drivers having to relearn their cars. The white flag comes out. Burson tucks in behind McIntyre. Nothing between these two cars at the moment. A couple of very, very experienced campaigners. They fire off down the back straight. McIntyre just ahead of Burson. Ian Burson's golden run comes to an end. He will go to the infield. McIntyre will continue on in the Debbie the Webster Super Cup pole shuffle. And he will face the man from a Woodford Glen Speedway, Trevor Elliott. The Elliott scaffolding Hypermac will line up side by side with Shane McIntyre. McIntyre on the outside here. Green flag set to drop. McIntyre powers around the outside of Elliott. Elliott tries to keep up the inside down between 1 and 2. But McIntyre covers. Elliott comes back down there in 3 and 4. Of course, one of these cars, of course, the one of McIntyre is a 4-bar, the one of Elliott, a torsion bar setup. So here comes Elliott down the inside of McIntyre with a big move. So is this track starting to really favour those torsion cars? He's gone down the inside of McIntyre. Trevor Elliott with a bold move, and he's going to take out this round of the Debbie the Webster Super Cup pole shuffle. He will move on and face Alistair Lister from Beachland Speedway in Dunedin. This here is for pole position for the Debbie the Webster Super Cup final. Elliott's there. He's going to be 1 or 2. Lister gets the elbows out down the main straight. A little bit of contact between the two cars. But Lister, he covers, powers out of turn number 2, down the back straight. Clears off from Elliott. down into turns number 3 and 4. On the main straight, white flag comes out. Alistair Lister at the moment looking like the man who will take out the Debbie the Webster Super Cup pole shuffle. Elliott high and wide. Down the back straight he goes. One more corner for Alistair Lister. Can he bag the Debbie the Webster Super Cup pole shuffle? You bet he can. Well done, Alistair Lister from Beachland Speedway in Dunedin. He will start on the front row of the grid. Bit of a thumbs up there from Trevor Elliott as he comes past. Some great respect amongst these drivers. But there is your man that will start on pole. Alistair Lister, of course, we must thank, of course, the sponsors of the Debbie the Webster Super Cup. Of course, Debbie the Webster herself, Elliott Scaffolding, Riverlands Holiday Park, HPE, High Performance Engines, and motorsportsales.co.nz. Eli Bartley, he's certainly been the man on the pace in this one here. He sets the pace. He's on the outside. He's got Thompson on his inside. Watch for Harris from the second row to go with Bartley as well. So last time around there was some great racing in this grade and it was tidy. There was no biffing, barging, nothing. It was just good old saloon racing. Trouble there for Ryder Harris. Hit one of the ruts coming out of turn 2 and got bounced all over the show. So he's just resettling himself and pulling back into the field. So trouble for Eli Bartley as well. So the race leader early in this one here, Vander Thompson, car number 31. Heads him down to turns number 1 and 2. A nice start by Lucas McCaddy in car number 9. Slots up into second place ahead of Bartley. Then we go back to Thompson, Kurgazu, Kiddo, Ryder Harris, then Rawcliffe, and Savannah McCaddy at the tail of this field. So the early race leader, Vander Thompson, still with a handy lead early in this one here. Here comes Bartley down the outside of McCaddy, who've gone yellow. That's for Hunter Kurgazu down there in turn number 3. So Hunter Kurgazu, of course, he picked himself up a race win in race number 2. Finds himself all crossed up here in race number 3. Very, very lucky not to get a bit of company in the form of Ryder Harris there. So car number 31, Vander Thompson, got off to an absolute flyer in this one here. Of course, he's worked his way through. Eli Bartley slipped back down to third place. Lucas McCaddy looking racy in this one as well. He's car number 9.
42, can you please swap? 79 and 42.
Of course, young Lucas McCaddy, son of Dylan McCaddy. Of course,
79 going front of 42.
Dylan, a
thank you.
Former street stock driver here at Riverside. He's currently holding second place. Eli Bartley, the
guys, lights are out.
Team Bartley Harcourt's sponsored machine. He's in third place at the moment. 41, Axon Thompson. He's been a big improver here this afternoon as well. He's currently holding fourth place. And we go back to Kiddo in car 79, Ryder Harris in 42, then Rawcliffe in 78, Savannah McCaddy in 16, Hunter Kurgazu, car number 86 at the tail of this field. So we go racing once more. Bartley now looking for a way down the outside of McCaddy and Thompson. He's going to have to work for it. Not a lot of grip on offer out there at the moment. Car 31, Vander Thompson though, he's making hay while the sun shines. He's out front, he's got clear air. McCaddy tucks in behind him. Couple of car lengths between him and the leader. Thompson on the main straight once more. Bartley with another look down the outside of McCaddy. McCaddy just pushes him a little bit wide. A nice move there by McCaddy. The door almost opened up for the lead of the race as well. So some nice driving by young Lucas McCaddy at the moment. We go back to Bartley. McCaddy starting to reel in the leader. Thompson on the main straight. McCaddy, Bartley with another look on the outside. He's tried this the last 2 or 3 laps. Hasn't made it stick. He might this time. He tucks down the inside. So a nice move by Bartley. He absolutely measured McCaddy, followed him through, changed his line. So a nice move by Eli Bartley, moves up to second place. Can he repeat the dose? On car 31, Vander Thompson tucks in behind him. So Thompson leads this one here. Then we go back to Bartley. Then McCaddy, Kiddo, Harris, Thompson, Rawcliffe, Kyrgyzoo, and Savannah McCaddy. Thompson on the main straight once more. Bartley, that favoured outside line that he's been using all this race. Not quite close enough this time around, but he'll stick the nose down the inside. It's a carbon copy of what he did to McCaddy a couple of laps ago. It's good racecraft, and he's got the job done. He leads this one here. Eli Bartley. Onto the main straight once more. Eli Bartley. Rear bumper flapping away there. He's had a little bit of contact. Robbins Racing. Powers out of turn number 2. Thompson, car number 31. He's been impressive this race, Vander Thompson. Then McCaddy, Kiddo, and Harris still battling away down there for 4th and 5th place at the moment. Then Axon Thompson in 41. Hunter Kyrgyzoo, Dylan Rawcliffe, and Savannah McCaddy. Eli Bartley now, he's stretching away with the lead here. He's got that clear air. Last time through, 3.1 seconds the gap, first to second place. Onto the main straight now. He can see lap traffic in front of him, Bartley. Laps counting down here. This is the Harvey Tanks, Group B, Youth Saloons. Ryder Harris still battling it out there with Kiddo, looking for a way past. He's shortened that gap, half a car length between 79 and 42. White flag comes out though for the race leader, car 5, Eli Bartley, tucks in behind Rawcliffe. Just needs to control that lead from here to the finish. Harris having another look on the outside of Kiddo. Can he make it stick? They give each other room. Here comes the race leader though, round the inside of turns 3 and 4. Eli Bartley's second race win of the afternoon. He takes this one here out in second place. A well-driven race for Vander Thompson. His best finish in car 31. And also Lucas McCaddy, car number 9. A nice drive by McCaddy to get home in third place ahead of Kiddo and Ryder Harris. That is race number 3 for the Harvey Tanks Youth Saloons, done and dusted here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway.
Experience tranquility.
Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
Get wholesale tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
Aaron Reid on the inside. Skilling will set the pace in this one here. Reid just jumping ahead of him at the moment. So Reid's taking advantage of it, but Skilling with all that extra horsepower straight down the outside. Kahu mocks him off to a good start as well. Blake Hamilton, he slots into fourth place. In fact, he may even move himself up into third. He does so, gets past Reid. Then we go back to Reid, Alistair Green, the 38 of Stephen Hills, Dave McKenzie and Rose Stanton. So the big rear wheel drive Commodore of Hayden Skilling out in front in this one here. This should be a good battle, this one. The rear wheel drive machine of Skilling, and of course those couple of front wheel drive Hondas tucked in behind in the form of Kahu Moxham and Blake Hamilton. Hamilton now side by side, a drag race down the back straight here with Kahu Moxham. Of course, it's a borrowed car for Kahu Moxham. That car there usually run by Kate Anderson. Kate not here this afternoon to run that car, so Kahu behind the wheel. Him and Hamilton still side by side. Hamilton manages to get nice drive out of turn number 2, so he's managed to find something there and pull away from Kahu Moxham. He's now putting some pressure on Hayden Skilling for the lead of this race. Alistair Green and Aaron Reid starting to close up that gap to the leaders now as well, so this is almost going to be a 5-car battle. Then we go back to Dave McKenzie, Hills and Rose Stanton. Here comes Hamilton down the outside of Skilling. Skilling, you'd see the Commodore just fishtailing down the back straight. He's trying to keep Hamilton at bay, but he's not going to hold him. He manages to sneak on through. The Garage Hound Fabrication, car number 72, gets the job done on Skilling. He picked up a win in race number 1 a little bit earlier on. He's out in front. He's got clear air. Skilling in second place. And we go back to Moxham, Reid and Green. Dave McKenzie, the 38 of Stephen Hills and Rose Stanton. So through once more, it is Hamilton and that Honda Prelude. Car 72, the shake and bake machine, starting to clear off from Skilling. Here comes Aaron Reid. Car 16 trying to work his way down the outside of Kahu Moxham. The wee 1600cc machine battling with that late model Honda Accord. The Accord will certainly have a little bit more horsepower, but Reid, he'll just chip away. He's like a pesky little fly, just won't disappear, Aaron Reid. Alistair Green behind them, McKenzie starting to shorten the gap. Rose Stanton now having a look down the inside of Stephen Hills in car number 38, trying to find a way through. Another lap counted down here at the moment. Blake Hamilton, 20.659, fastest car on track currently. Got about a half a straight length lead at the moment here in the Creativity Plus Production Saloons on the rest of the field. Through comes Hamilton. Aaron Reid still just chipping away on Kahu Moxham. He would dearly love to grab himself a second podium spot here today. He also gets a nice little bit of drive out of turn number 2. As I mentioned, folks, he's down on horsepower compared to that car on the inside, but he's getting that power to the ground. But can he make it stick? He's high and wide on the main straight as the white flag comes out for the race leader, Blake Hamilton. Almost a straight length he's got now over the rest of the field, but it's really tightening up for the miners. Round 3 and 4, Blake Hamilton, through he comes for his second race win of the day. Blake Hamilton takes this one here out. In second place, we're going to see Skilling. In car number 85, it's Hayden Skilling, and Kahu Moxham gets home just ahead of Aaron Reid, Alistair Green and Dave McKenzie. So We see the results there. Blake Hamilton takes it out. 5.5 seconds over Hayden Skilling. Aaron Reid, it says Alistair Reid in third, but it was actually Kahu Moxham in third. Aaron Reid fourth. Alistair Green in fifth place ahead of Dave McKenzie, Stephen Hills and Rose Stanton. That is the Creativity Plus Production Saloons. Cracknell on the outside. Powers off. Livingston on the inside, but Cracknell manages to get the overlap down to turns 1 and 2. Crosby's right there as well, working away on the back of Livingston. But Cracknell comes out of turn 2 nicely. Harrison Brown moves himself up into 4th place. Oh, Hayden Graves, he thought about sticking car 34 down the inside of Samantha Sanford. Bailed out of it. I've seen him hit the brakes pretty hard. The whole car locked up down there going into turn number 3. So Cracknell starting to gap the field relatively early here. 0.6 of a second last time around. I reckon that gap will be a little bit bigger as he comes through this time around. Cracknell, he picked up a race win in heat number 1, so he has extended that lead 1.1 seconds. Of course, a bit of a battle starting to happen behind him because that always happens, always affects those lap times. Alex Crosby trying to find a way past Livingston. Harrison Brown starting to poke the nose of car 57 down the inside of Alex Crosby. So while Crosby was trying to work away on car number 25, Harrison Brown snuck down the inside. So Livingston not doing a bad job whatsoever. Car number 25 currently holding 2nd place. Crosby still working away. He's a kid that just will not give up. He's down in 4th at the moment. Harrison Brown managed to get past him in the Sam Brown Concrete Cutting sponsored machine. He was the winner of heat number 2. Samantha Sanford, she's in a great battle at the moment with Hayden Graves in car number 34 and car number 84, Josh Livingston. Then we go back to Whelan and Samantha Cunningham. So Cracknell at the moment. Been a good, some good results for the Cracknell family today. Of course, young Caden picked himself up his first ever race win. Dwayne picked himself up a win earlier on. At the moment, Dwayne Cracknell lapping in the mid to high 18s. Daniel Livingston up in the 19s. So he's certainly gapping the field as Cracknell. He's halfway down the back straight. The leader's just coming out of turn number 2. Through comes Cracknell once more. No pressure on him whatsoever. He should be able to manage this from here to the checkered flag. Oh, Brown, he was sideways coming past the flag stand. Not a lot of grip on offer out there. Thought that he may have overdone it. So the battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th. That's where it's at the moment. Livingston doing a great job holding Brown just behind him. Alex Crosby there ready to pounce as well. Samantha Sanford, she's still managing to keep ahead of Hayden Graves. Mason Whelan now starting to attack Josh Livingston. White flag comes out. One more to go for Dwayne Cracknell. I don't think Dwayne's ever done it so easy. Built that lead from the start of this race. Pulled away. Here comes Harrison Brown. One last crack on Livingston. Livingston just needs to keep the nose just in front of him around 3 and 4. Cracknell's going to take it out. Car 66 in 2nd place. It's going to be tight, but well done. Livingston comes home. One of his best results in his short career. Just ahead of Harrison Brown. Car number 57 in 3rd place, with Alex Crosby just behind them. Well done, Dwayne Cracknell. 2 race wins here this afternoon at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. welcome back, folks, to Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Feature time for the Deb the Webster Super Cup. Of course, we can't do this without those sponsors. Of course, a big thanks to Deb the Webster, Mike Pero, absolute loyal supporter of Super Saloons in the South Island. So really do appreciate the support from Deb the Webster. Elliott Scaffolding, Trevor Elliott, the team at Elliott Scaffolding, Riverlands Holiday Park. Of course, Dennis Bolt there jumping in and helping us out there. HPE, Gavin Hill at High Performance Engines, and of course Rod Janice and the team at motorsportsales.co.nz. We can't do what we do here in the Super Cup without the support of... So we line up 15 laps of action. Graham Williamson lines up alongside Terry Soper in car number 8. Custom Signs sponsored machine, and of course in behind them Paul Power, car number 43. Green flag will drop this time around. 15 laps of action here. The Deb the Webster Super Cup feature at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Lister on the inside. A nice move on the outside by Trevor Elliott. Gets a job. Oh, McIntyre with a big spin down the main straight. Car number 26. How that didn't end up with another car going into the side of him down the main straight, I have no idea. Shane McIntyre, the man from Eastern States Speedway in Blenheim, spins on the main straight. Hopefully no issues with car 26. Just looking at the replay here, didn't look to be too much going on there apart from McIntyre getting on the loud pedal and just really spitting him around. So just having another look at the replay there. He's side by side with Burson. May have been a little bit of contact with Burson. McIntyre may have just touched the back end of Burson, which has caused him just to over-rotate, and round he goes. So car number 26, McIntyre, just slowing down the back straight. He'll be popping back into position. He was grid position 3. Of course, if you are a big fan of Super Saloon racing, looking forward to January 12th and 13th up at Central Motor Speedway, the New Zealand Super Saloon Championship. Have the privilege of being asked to commentate that one there. It's going to be a hell of a meeting. Of course, it is one of my favourite grades to commentate, so looking forward to going to that event in January. So book that weekend off, folks, 12th and 13th. So Warren Smith, clerk of the course, just heading over to Shane McIntyre. I'm sure Shane will just want him to give the car a bit of a glance over. Just communicating down there, McIntyre. Everything looks to be okay on car number 26. So Trevor Elliott got off to an absolute flyer of a start. He managed to get that bit of an overlap on Lister and lead them down into turns 1 and 2. So it'll be a full grid restart. So McIntyre just saving a bit of fuel, parking up on the main straight, waiting for his mates to come back round. He'll pop in behind Alistair Lister alongside Ian Burson.
Grids nice and tight, let's get those grids nice and tight.
So Super Saloons tightening up that grid, ready for a restart this time around. Take number 2, 15 laps of action, Deb the Webster Super Cup, coming to you from Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway in Invercargill. Lister and Elliott side by side, down into turns 1 and 2. Oh, Lister getting the big push on down there. He's not giving an inch whatsoever. There's a, we're going to see a yellow again. There's a body panel off one of these cars down there in turn number 2. I would imagine that there will bring out a yellow, just trying to see what car that actually came off. It looks like it's off Ray Stewart's car number 34. So right rear guard on that car has come adrift on Ray Stewart's machine. As we race on, Alistair Lister leads this one here. Trevor Elliott still holding that second place in car number 27. Ian Burson working away there in car number 21. Looking for a way past Elliott. He's tucked right in under the back of that machine. The race continues on. Soper, he's in a good battle at the moment too with car number 34. Racing Ray Stewart out of Central Motor Speedway. Graham Williamson, he's just in behind those two cars ahead of Paul Power in car 43. The Ford Mustang at the tail of the field. So Lister now with about half a dozen or so lengths. 0.7 of a second. That was the gap last time around for Lister. We'll see what that gap is this time around. Through comes Lister. Elliott. Just over a second. The gap from first to second. So your race order at the moment, Lister from Beachland Speedway in Dunedin leads this one here from Elliott, car number 27. Then we go back to Burson in the 21 machine. Shane McIntyre, car number 26. Kane Lawson, car 6. Then Soper in car 8. 34, Ray Stewart. 21, Graham Williamson. And 43, Paul Power from Nelson. Lister through once more. Elliott still holding second place. He's managed to shake off Ian Burson. A couple of car lengths is what he has over Burson at the moment. McIntyre starting to fade back as well. Lawson still looking racy in this one here. He's the first of the CB2 chassis. Everything else ahead of him is a Hypermac. Then Soper, Ray Stewart, Graham Williamson and Power. That lead really starting to stretch out in this one here. The track conditions very, very hard on the tyres. Talking to a couple of drivers prior to this race, and that's what they said. This track absolutely chewing the tyres at the moment. A little bit of grip on offer to them, but it's wearing out. It's disappearing fairly smartly. That may change the complexion of some of these cars as this race continues on. 15-lap feature final here for the Debbie the Webster Super Cup. Here comes Shane McIntyre. He's starting to attack Ian Burson now. He's in fourth, trying to work a way past. Kane Lawson, he's waiting to pounce there as well. He's watching McIntyre and Burson. In fact, he's looking pretty seriously at McIntyre around 3 and 4, trying to stick the nose of car 6 up the inside. But it's Lister. Powers off down the back straight. All Elliott can do is sit and watch at the moment. Lister doing a great job of this here. Of course, he won the pole shuffle a little bit earlier on. Elliott bit him to the corner in the first start of this race, but of course it got called a restart after McIntyre spun and Elliott got beaten off the line at the second restart. He's got some work to do. He's in second place at the moment. Can he chase down Alistair Lister? We'll have a look at the gap next time around. Through comes Lister. The gap back to Trevor Elliott. 1.5 seconds. Elliott actually did make ground last time around. It was 1.8 seconds. It's down to 1.5. So Trevor Elliott is actually catching the leader. McIntyre sits out wide. He's still trying to find a way past the baby-faced assassin, Ian Burson. Lawson's right there. Then we go back to Soper. Racing Ray Stewart, Graham Williamson, he certainly hasn't embarrassed himself here this afternoon, running that saloon. Then Paul Power, one more lap to go. White flag is out for Alistair Lister. Can he win the Riverside round of the Debbie the Webster Super Cup? Powers down the back straight for the last time here this afternoon. Around turn 3 into turn 4. He knows he's got it done. The man from Dunedin, Alistair Lister, takes out the Debbie the Webster Super Cup. Elliott second place ahead of Ian Burson. A nice drive. It was all about getting a good start, leading down to turn 1, and from there, Alistair Lister, he did it by 1.3 seconds over Trevor Elliott. Car number 21, Ian Burson in third place. Shane McIntyre in fourth. Then Kane Lawson, car 6 in fifth. Terry Soper in seventh place. Then Ray Stewart, Graham Williamson and Paul Power. Congratulations To the man in car 4, Alistair Lister. That one there will feel good. He gives a lot to Speedway in the Otago region, and he'll be absolutely stoked to take that one there out. Don't forget, folks, the next meeting here at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway, the Brian FM South Island Saloon Series, backed up with the 6-shooter Southland Champs and Best Pairs for Production Saloons, 3rd of December. Thanks for being with us today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this meeting at Aotea Electric Riverside Speedway. Take care. We'll catch you back here December the 3rd.